What is going on, everybody? Tyler here. We are not in the shop right now. We are under a pavilion, and I want to talk to you guys today about a couple of things. First of all, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Hope you enjoyed the holiday, gathering with your friends and remembering why we should be thankful. But the other thing I want to talk about is, where have I been? I've been kind of missing. You might have noticed on the channel that there hasn't been a ton of videos. There's only been about, I don't even know how many videos this year, but that's because my heart has been busy helping out here. This is where we go to church, and I was part of helping build this pavilion right here. And the project was actually much bigger than that. This whole section of land that I'm standing behind right here was completely treed. There was like 20 some odd trees, very wet lands, and we made this whole space usable. My brother brought in his tree company. We removed trees. A friend of ours that's fire department in our town came in and did the slab. We got the grass seeded here. We had to bring pipes in and re-drain everything, and I'll talk about that a little bit more as we go forward here. But my heart has been here doing this, which is why the YouTube channel has suffered. But why do we do this? We did this as a community to come together and rally around a project, because overall, over the years, this parish that we've been at has been hurting a little bit. It moved to a new location, and then that really ripped the soul out of what this parish used to be. So we wanted to do something to rally the troops and put our stake in the ground for where this new place is and what we want it to become. After all, the parish really is a reflection of the people in it and the soul in it to make it what it needs to be. Change settings on the camera, hopefully you can see it a little bit better. But behind us here, we built a 38 by 30, I think, 48 by 30 pavilion right here. It's got a scissor trusses, so we had a peak on the inside, which we did finish with knotty pine, tongue and groove pine from the Amish community. And it's got a clear coat finish on there as well. But we started, like I said, with a whole pile of trees, completely unusable, wasted space, mosquito nest, honestly, is what this was. We cleared all the trees out, got all the stumps pulled out. We brought some dirt in to raise the slab up to where it is, because as you can see, there is a pond back there. So we wanted to raise everything up, and then we drilled and set the posts, and we pretty much built the structure of this pavilion in one day. And it was an absolutely miserable day. It was raining, it was cold, kind of like it is right now, maybe a little bit warmer, but it was disgusting.
I joked to James, I said you get one grab in the collection basket.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
I think this is a great time to take a pause and thank the sponsor of today's video, who is our friends over at Carolina Shoes, Carolina Boots. The Chancellor line that I have on my feet right now is my daily driver. Been that way for a couple of years now. They have a label that says waterproof on them, and I can attest to you that they are waterproof. That picture that you saw of us building this pavilion in that nasty weather, this is what I was wearing that entire time, and my feet were completely dry and warm the entire time. Same with all the other guys that were wearing Carolina boots that were out there helping out. Right now, until December 3rd at midnight, you can use the code Carolina20 to save 20% off the entire site. Whether you want some hats, you want some pencils, you want the gold line of this genuine leather, beautiful pair of boots right here. I actually wear these to church. They smell like real leather. They look like real leather. Sharp looking pair of shoes or boots, whatever you want to call them. Accessories like this. If you want to go take care of the pigs and get all nasty, you got loggers like that, slip-on loggers. And then obviously the Chancellor line that I'm wearing right now. Highly recommend everything that I've ever had from Carolina. Carolina 20 to save 20% off until December 3rd at midnight. Thank you, Carolina, for sponsoring the channel and providing such a wonderful product to me, to my viewers. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
2, 1. I love it. It's a good story.
Yeah.
Up.
Well, it's a
Good.
That you live to talk about it.
Exactly. Take a little more.
Hey, hold on to that ladder, somebody.
Hey, you're lifting up too much, Bob. Yeah.
They're stuck.
Take it out.
Careful.
Careful. Good. Take it out, Bob.
What we're going to do, that's pretty cool. Back on our first one.
And the good Lord was looking out for us, because I actually launched someone off a ladder right back over there, setting the second or third truss. Knocked them off with a boom we had on the tractor trying to lift the trusses up. Ended up going much safer than that, and lifting everything by hand, which wasn't really all that difficult after all. We used the tractor to bring the trusses over and then lifted them up by hand to safely set them in place. But we have roughly 10 foot of clearance right here. We got the beams up here wrapped in metal so we can keep bees out, and that was done by another parishioner from the parish. And like I said, we enclosed that inside truss with the knotty pine, and it really turned out looking fantastic. After we had the structure built and the roof on, which is a metal roof, we came in and actually laid conduit for the electrical underneath the slab, and then we poured the slab on top of it. We didn't do that. That was hired out by, that was the lieutenant from the fire department in the town that I live, has done work for my house in the addition that you guys have seen, Kuhn Excavating. I'll link to them down. I'll link to their Facebook page down in the description below. Tom, awesome guy. We'll have him do work for us again in the future. And then we had another big work day where we had about 40 parishioners from the parish volunteering their time and some machinery to bring in. We had to, in the back over there, we had to recut some ground and re-drain so that we have kind of this drain running along the driveway, so the driveway drains into that and into some pipes that we had to lay underground that go into the pond, which is a retention pond for a couple things, for draining obviously, and then for fire water retention as well. If I'm remembering the timeline right, once we got all the pipes and everything in place, we did have to pause for a winter break. And then earlier this spring 2024, we came in and regraded everything, hydro-seeded the grass that's in there, and then we also put the ceiling in. That was this spring. We put the ceiling in and then we sealed it. In the meantime, we had everyone working together to make a bunch of picnic tables, and you saw me make the trash can covers that we have right over here, the kind of McDonald's style trash can covers. And we even got some heaters under here so that we can enjoy a nice cigar out here after an evening mass or something like that. But anyway, that is where I have been spending a lot of my time the last year, really. It was October of 2023 that we started building this pavilion, and it was much time, and I'm very thankful to be able to donate that time to our community to help rebuild that spirit and get our parish and our souls in a wonderful spot. So yes, that was very preachy, but I wanted to show you guys what we've been working on, and also to thank you guys. So every so often we put a video out here where the kids ask for donations to a rollerblade-a-thon that they do. We're not asking for anything right now, but I really want to thank you because you know who you are. There were a few people last year that gave some very big donations to St. Joseph's Academy, where our kids go to school. It's where I went to school, actually. So you know who you are. We just want to thank you. This community wants to thank you from the bottom of my heart. My family wants to thank you. That money did not go to this project, but that money goes towards keeping the school active, and this project is helping with the spirit of that community. So that's where I've been. What am I going to do in the future for the channel, since it's kind of slowed down and I'm busy with other things? I'm very excited to start working on the boat in the very near future here. I think the next video you guys see is actually going to be some work on the Penyen boat project, the abandoned boat. I am excited to do that. I really want to do that. I'm looking forward to kind of a relaxing, laid back kind of build, heater on in the barn, fire going type of thing. So there's going to be a bunch of videos about that. I've gotten some questions. That boat is not gone. I am going to do it at some point in time. It's just been on the back burner as bigger things like the pavilion I'm sitting under was on hand. I don't know if any of the people that helped work on this project are here, but you know who you are. Thank you very much. The community thanks you. You guys can see the impact this has had on the spirit around here. I think I've rambled enough to you folks on YouTube. Thank you to everyone that supported our sponsors. Carolina Boots were on most of the guys that were out here working on this thing, keeping us dry and safe. So thank you to them. Check the link down in the description below for a huge sale they're having this Black Friday. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. I'm DIY Tyler. You guys have a good one.